Guys, it's that time of year. It's spooky season, October month, and in this video today, I want to give you a scary anime that you can watch, and that is Another. Another is one of, I think, probably a top 5 greatest scary animes of all time. Is it super scary? No, but it has a Final Destination-esque theme to it that I think you can really get behind. And also, it has a mystery element that adds so many layers into it. If you're low-key a scaredy cat, does it have elements of scariness in it? Yeah. Does it do a great job at adding, anticipation and mystery to everything? Definitely, for sure. To give you a little bit of a brief summary of what Another is a little bit about, basically, the classroom, I believe 3C, is cursed, and basically a dead person will come in disguise. No one knows. There's no way to find out. There's no way to truly identify that cursed person or dead person in the classroom. They just, for some reason, there'll just be an extra desk that's needed, and the way the kids try to prevent this curse from activating is by pretending a person doesn't exist. Our main character, Kenichi, he was in the hospital because he had some medical issues, and he is not aware of the rules the classroom has. He is told to follow the classroom rules, but inadvertently, he already broke them before he even knew about the rules to begin with. And on top of that, the curse that the class is dealing with is basically that dead person brings them closer to death, so death turns things up on 10 on everybody, and basically family and close relatives and they themselves can have extreme crazy accidents, like their mom get hit by a car, truck is not left in park and hit someone, their brother's house, their family. Death is on 10 for all of them, so it's like a Final Destination-esque type of theme where one thing happens and another freak thing happens and 2 people are dead that are related to them. So it is a very crazy and scary curse to deal with, and the mystery of knowing who the dead person is very apparent throughout the class. I mean, in the beginning, it's you have so many theories on who it is, and obviously the most initial and most obvious that the anime thing brings up in front of you is the main character Kenichi might be the dead person. But once again, the curse, for whatever reason, the method to prevent it from happening is usually a 50-50. It is not a guarantee, so once again, the classroom is dealing with Final Destination-esque themes. Kids are getting knocked off left and right. Kids and their family members are getting knocked off left and right. I mean, tripping over and falling on an umbrella is a crazy way to go. These are not pleasant deaths whatsoever, and it definitely adds a level of paranoia to you wanting to find out what's going on, and also you're scared for some of these characters. You do grow attached to some of them, and you don't want them to die. You want them to last a little bit. So this anime starts off pretty slow, and then once it picks up to the curse basically activating, that's when it kind of picks up its pace, and you definitely see that they're trying to figure out how to stop all this from happening, or at least survive from not getting caught up into it. Our other main character or heroine, Mei Masaki, she's the one that was they ignored or pretended they didn't exist, and in this case, it didn't work. So therefore, they kind of have to try to figure out who is the dead person, and there's no actual way to figure it out. The anime does eventually give you another method that you can break the curse, but it's a long shot to even know. It's one of those 50-50s that doesn't make sense. Well, it makes sense, but you just can't take a risk on. What makes this anime so fun and interesting, as the things progress more and more, and they find the other method to basically get rid of the curse, they go on a school trip to a mansion, and when they go on that school trip to that mansion, they go on 10. Everything turns up to 10. When people are panicking in general, if people do dumb shit in that mansion or school trip, everyone turned it up to a 10, and that shit was wild. Kids were wilding out. A lot of people were getting knocked off a thread. That was some real Final Destination stuff, and just on top of that, the kids were wilding after that, because once one person dies and they're like, all right, we're just going to figure out who the dead person is. We're going to close our eyes and figure it out in whatever method possible. And it once again, it is an enjoyable anime. It has the thriller, everything you definitely like in a scary anime. There are obviously some flaws in the anime overall, but I would say it's a good watch. Nice 12 episodes. You watch it very quickly. The first 3 episodes are probably like the worst because it takes time to build everything up. And one of my main gripes is that they do a terrible job at trying to tell Kenichi, the main character, hey, there's this rule that in this classroom and all that stuff like that. They never tell him anything, so he kind of fucks everything up, but it's not even his fault because they just failed to communicate anything to him. And I get it, he kind of already broke the curse, but once again, it still was something that he should have been told from the very beginning. There was a lot of things in this show that was a clear lack of communication from the classroom on trying to prevent the curse, but also I feel like another is the curse and the way they explain how basically the kids become closer to death and death decides to come on 10, like basically a Final Destination-esque scenario. They were kind of hold. Like, anyone that goes in that class is for sure like your hold. Your family is hold too. They're gonna get knocked off as well. Your family's not safe too. You might not get knocked off, but your mom or your sister might get knocked off as well. So it's one of those things that it's kind of a fuck scenario to be in, and it's one of the probably the worst situations in anime worlds. Like, for a high school anime, you wouldn't want to be. If you're in that classroom, you're paranoid to the max degree, and leaving town is not really an option too, because hey, death gonna get you no matter what. This is an anime that's definitely worth the time. Once again, it's one of the best horror animes to watch. I think I ranted a little too long about this, but go check it out. 12 episodes, pretty easy to watch. I'm signing out. Meta Coach. Stay Meta Coach, people. Peace.